Alright, good morning everyone. From day 11, I can't really count that high, day 11 on board the P&O Britannia. When today we are in the sunny port of Malaga in the south of Spain. And it's looking to be a cracking day here today, and we've got a lot of stuff to get done, so I think it's time we get on with that. Let's get cruising. Wait, are we cruising now because we're in port, or is it, I don't know. Or is it just when the ship's moving? I don't know. Let's get something. It was a lovely mix of flavours from the buffet for breakfast this morning, before heading out to see a little bit of Malaga. We disembarked Britannia from deck 6 and 7, as Malaga had a fully decked out cruise terminal with all the zigzagging you could ever want. P&O were operating a chargeable shuttle service to Playa La Marina, but as usual, I opted to walk. Just make sure if you do continue to walk that you go the right way. I was just getting a shot of the ship. That's why I went the wrong way, of course. A short walk down the right road, which is actually left as you leave the terminal, provides some lovely panoramic shots of Malaga, with some even better views of Britannia's nice aft. It would be around 10 minutes until you reach Playa de la Malagueta. What's my voice breaking? Playa de la Malagueta, which translates to English as the perfect beach. Probably the easiest to access beach I have ever come across. Literally a stone's throw away from where the Britannia was docked. This beach was absolutely massive, spanning miles and miles down the coastline. And as an added bonus, there was actual sand here. If you weren't in the mood for getting too sandy, there are also some bars and restaurants located here, should you want to indulge in some of that local cuisine. Of course, you could always just try Burger King, which is just opposite the beach, which is the direction we are going to be heading for our next stop. Now, for those of you that have been following the series will know that I have a thirst for those high up places. And after finding some steps not too far from the cruise terminal, I knew I had to scale them. The path you can now see me walking up is called Subida Coracha. We get some excellent views of the public garden here, situated between the busy road and the town hall, as well as a peekaboo from the Britannia. Now this is all well and good, but we need to go higher. And luckily, there are some steps here to do just that. This path will take us further towards the sky as we head towards the Castillo de Gibralfaro. As you can see from this map, it is a rather long and very steep path in places, so bear this in mind if you are planning to scale. Even a seasoned adventurer like myself had to stop a couple of times to catch my breath, as they say. And moving past the Castillo, because of an unforeseen entrance fee, we arrive at Mirador de Gibralfaro, the perfect scenic spot to stop and soak up the sheer scale of this place. After you finish soaking it all up, you can continue down the road shown here, to arrive at a place to abandon the tarmac and take the scenic route down the hiking trail. Now, anyone who is very conscious of health and safety would probably benefit from knowing that the ground here is very uneven, and only handrails are applicable in some places. So this is one to be cautious of. I'm not sure if I ended up following the trail properly, but I arrived back to civilization, and of course, back to the beach. I did tell you guys this beach went on for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles, didn't I? After resting up under a tree for a bit, it was off to our last stop of this port. Villa Onieva is a historical landmark located right on the seafront, and I think currently operates as a private hospital. And well, in the words of Porky Pig, that's all, folks. God, that was terrible. Anyway, a great day out in the beautiful place of Malaga, but the Britannia is calling me back. Oh, well, I can't tell you how nice it feels to be on an air-conditioned ship. Oh, that's hot there. But you know what? I'm going to brave it a little bit more because I feel it's burger time. And then we'll be up top and we'll watch the Sailaway. So let's go do that and brave the warm weather once again. I'm literally dripping, man. Adios, Malaga. What a beautiful place. But the day's not done yet as the evening dawns upon us, which doesn't really make sense, does it? Because dawn is... Anyway, when the day finishes and then the night time begins is where we are now. And we've got a fun-packed evening for you tonight. We've got some live music on the top deck. We've got a sunset at sea and we've got a show to go to as well. And we may even squeeze a trip to the buffet in. We'll see how I feel. But for now, I have to get freshened up and get ready for an evening on board Britannia. See you in a bit. Whilst waiting for the party on top deck to begin, it was time to check out that Spanish sunset at sea. With the sunset, it was time for Britannia Rocks, a musical show on Britannia's Lido deck by members of the Headliners Theatre Company along with the Pulse musicians, as they treated us to a celebration of the best of British rock and pop, all in that warm Mediterranean evening air. After getting my groove on for a bit, it was down to the Headliners Theatre for a return performance from comedian impressionist Jon Clegg. This show was a bit more adult orientated, with some very funny jokes that will leave any kids in the audience asking their parents what those words meant. I'll explain when you're a bit older, little Johnny. There were plenty of impressions as well that will leave you amazed at one person's ability to mimic so many people's accents and idioms in such a flawless way, as well as a sing-song to round off the show in good spirits. And there we go, another day on Britannia completed. I've got to say, there's not that many left now. And if you look outside the window, we are now passing Gibraltar. But yes, it is still very windy outside. I mean, look what it's done to my hair. But yeah, that is Gibraltar, our first port of call that we're now passing, and tomorrow is our last port of call, Cadiz. Now, I went to Cadiz earlier in the year, but I cannot for the life of me remember what I did there or what it looks like, which is really weird. But it's amazing how you kind of forget these things. And that's kind of why this channel is such an important thing to me, because it sort of immortalizes the memories of what I'm actually doing. Because if I had to remember, I wouldn't remember. But enough about that. I will see you tomorrow. There's some links on the screen. Adios, amigos. Por favor. Oui, oui, si, senora. Alicante. Tout flamand. De la fouille. De la biscuit. De la poisson. De ville.